Good morning. We are the Life Motivators. We're the ones that come in here each day to share our energy and to let you know that we are all vibrational frequencies that walk this earth, and we vibrate and resonate with others across the world just as well as we have all connected on here online through meeting each other through meetings, through groups, through social aspects and platforms, trainings. You don't know how we all connected, but yet we are all interconnected across this world for some shape, form, or fashion and reason. And there's a voice that we're always listening to within our head. And sometimes people want to stay on that average voice thinking. But we as individuals have learned that we have surpassed the average and we want to level our life up to something more because we know we have a purpose, we have a drive. We have some of us have, like myself, I was kicking down the doors, trying to make the things happen within my life, pushing the energies, not listening to the crazy voices that I had within me called my guidance system. And a lot of people say, that's just crazy. Well, if I got a gut feeling and it feels like that's what I need to do, then why wasn't I doing it? Because it wasn't bringing me the happiness. So I started listening to that crazy guidance system and I became the black sheep of the family, but I started enjoying life. I started having fun in everything I was doing and not worrying about the opinions of others. And those voices started bringing more crazy ideas. And it was when I bring them out to others, sometimes they didn't understand what I was talking about. Sometimes they didn't see the bigger visions of what I was seeing and listening to within my own self. Why? Because I am a vibrational being. You, sir or ma'am, listening to this morning, you are a vibrational being. You have thoughts for things that you want within your life that have nothing to do with me. I have thoughts within my life that has nothing to do with you. Why? Because it's your universe that you're creating. It's your happiness that you're creating. It's your joy that you're bringing in to your day-to-day life from the experiences that you have went through a child, through what you're going through now to know what you want in life and what you don't want within life. I give energy every day to the better things that I see within life. And I see a positive twist to every situation that comes up within my life. Is it easy? No, not at all. It's daily works that I have to do, or I call daily practices. Within my daily practices, I make sure that I get myself within alignment with my source energy and not everybody else's that I was before within life. I was giving my energy away and I was coming home so tired and not understanding why I would, after not doing much at all during that day, but yet the people I around were vampire suckers. They're energy suckers. They didn't take my blood, but they took my energy. They took my time, and I wasn't able to go out and project the things that I was truly needing to do for my life. But when I finally did a full release and I got myself into that ready mode, I was ready to be ready. People would be like, what is that? I'm ready to be ready for whatever is to come to me today that I need to handle and I need to work on. Then when I learned how to not just think of just today, of how I could focus my day, how I could put feelings to the end of my day, then my life started changing a whole lot. And it was like, wow, if I put true intentions and purpose to the things that I'm thinking, that is going to give me a new perspective on how I can move my life into a different direction each day. Wow. Now, the bigger things that I want to accomplish this week or this month, I started putting them down with the power of the pen, writing them down in a notebook, things I'd never done before. But yet, as I started implementing these things, things started manifesting more and more abundance started coming into my life of how it was all aligning. I quit asking how. And I started saying, thank you, giving the gratitude for every day, the people that I was connecting with, being at the right place at the right time, and having the right information given to me or me giving back to the situation to make it boom, gone. And then people started hiring me to be able to assist in things like that and work on mindset and then coachability, and accountability partners to be able to show people how to do different businesses or what I started learning new skills, which moved my life. Each individual within here that you see have started something different within their life as well to move themselves and listen to those crazy voices, to know that they're not off their rocker. They don't need to go to the doctor. They don't have to have medication. The bigger dreams and bigger visions that they're having, they're understanding how to grasp them, receive them, understand them, and roll with them. Because it is a flow of energy that we put out, and we've learned how to think of the good things on that energy, the good feelings on that energy. the happiness it will bring by having this coming on into our life, the happiness that we're having before it even happens. People say, y'all, there's no way that y'all can stay happy all the time. Yes, it is a choice. You choose to stay sad all the time. You choose to have negative words about everything all the time. You choose to interject into those negative conversations, bashing someone else. You choose to be prejudgmental. Those are all choices as well. What do you truly want for your life? Then you need to speak that over your life. And then sometimes you just listen to your inner voice that tells you, I shouldn't be here in this conversation. I shouldn't be interjecting into this conversation. Why am I even opening my mouth? Sometimes listening to your own self and the words that you're giving you, knowing that, okay, I don't have the financial means to purchase this right now. So why am I purchasing it today? Okay, you know it's going to put you in your bind for your bills, but you still did it. So you didn't listen to that inner voice that told you no. Sometimes people need to understand that you can tell your own self no. And sometimes you need to tell yourself, yes, I want to do that. Yes, I don't understand this, but I'm going to get rid of the excuses and I'm going to start going to that gym because I want a better body. I'm going to go talk to a nutritionist so I can start getting the better diet plan for my life. The things that you desire are the places that you need to go. And sometimes listening to your own voices is what you need to listen to, because you have that power and that choice. Brother Julio, you still in?
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. It looked like we were fixing to have to find a new electrician. Oh, but he did have his safety gloves on. It's all good. Every day we have life that we're going through. Every day that we have jobs that we're working at, new skills that you're at and doing. Rock them out to the best of your ability, my friends.
There's two sides to this, Thomas. You know, we have that upper and we have that downer. You know, nobody is what's the correct word? Like, it affects us all. Let's put it that way. We're all gonna go through that mental struggle or that mentality of the battle that's taking place in the mind. You know, that battlefield, so to speak, of mind. You know, and some people have a position of defeat, and other people have a position of victory. But it goes based off of what you just said. You have the choice to say, hey, I'm going to have a good day, I'm going to be happy, or I'm going to be sad. You know, and it's just important to have the right position from the get-go. And some people don't have that. You know, some people, it's like, I feel defeated every single day, or they don't feel the positivity. You know, they're always in a negative mindset, or they're always in negative elements. You know, they're always beating up themselves or facing themselves mentality. You know, it's kind of like that woe is me. You know, they have that outlook. They have, like, that's the glass that they're looking through life, you know, at every situation. You know, they have a woe is me or they're a victim mentality. And we're not here to pick on anybody if that happens to be you this morning. You know, you're watching on YouTube or whatever, you know, you kind of have this, you know, this conversation going on as if the world owes you something, or people owe you something, or my life is like, you know, X, Y, and Z because of all the stuff that happened to me in my life, because of abuse or because of struggle, or I grew up really poor, you know, or, you know, I grew up really rich and yeah, I had a lot of money, but my parents didn't give a crap about me. You know, everybody has a different story, you know, but you have that positive and you have that negative. You know, there's two different sides to this. And we talk about it every now and then in reference to that balance. You know, if you have a battery, you know, it has a positive and it has a negative side to it. You know, the negative things that we experience and that we go through, whether it be physical, mental, or whatever the case is, you know, the negative is meant to be balanced out by the positive. The negative is meant to make you better. And I say negative because that's our outlook. Whenever we're going through something, we look at it as negativity, but that's not always the truth. Sometimes what the stuff you know, the stuff that we're constantly going through, that struggle, that opposition, that resistance, it's made to build us up. It's made to make us. It's made to empower us, to strengthen us, to mold us, if you will. Like if I have a beautiful piece of wood, a big old humongous block of wood, it's gonna take some friction, it's gonna take some elbow grease, it's gonna take some effort, it's gonna take some action behind molding it and carving it and making it into what the beauty of a statue, or the beauty of you know, a hand that you made, or whatever it is that you're carving. So picture yourself as that piece of wood this morning, and pretend that the friction and the difficulty and all the crap that you've been through, or that you're still going through, or that you will go through tomorrow, it is only intended to make you. So this is the position. This is why we talk about this idea, and we quote it so often, that life is happening for you, not to you. Because of that balance, that yin and yang, so to speak, that positive versus the negative. You know, we had this this saying back in the, you know, I can't believe I've been saying this term a lot often back in the day. It makes me feel really old. I'm only 37, but I've been it's just, you know, like you have all these young bucks now, so they're not, you know, and it's like you got to keep up with language and terminology. And now I know what my parents were talking about when I was a young buck. I'm like, what the hell? You know, you're old, Dad. You're old, Mom. You know, but people have this mentality. I had a squirrel moment. I'm sorry. You know, people have this mentality, man. You know, that you know, woe is me, man. You know, I'm going through all these difficulties, and you know, and like, why is this happening to me? And it's, why not you, my friend? Why not you, sir, ma'am? You know, young man, young lady. Why not you, teenager? Whoever it is that you're, you know, that you, the viewer, at whatever time, you know, and point that you're watching this video, this recording, why not you? The fact that you're going through something right now, and you're in a struggle, or you're facing resistance, or you're facing opposition, or you're having to get out of your own way, simply means that you're on the right path. It simply means that you're gaining ground. It means that you're growing. It means that you're maturing. But back in the day, they used to say, I used to hear this, and I didn't really understand it, so I became more mature. You know, your latter days will be greater than your past. Your latter days will be great. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I thought of a ladder, like, the hell, a ladder? Like, what? No, your later on in life, you know, it's going to be greater than your past experiences. You know, than what you went through in the past, because what we go through every single day is simply molding us. It is carving us. It is crafting us into something bigger, something better, somebody smarter, somebody more understanding. We are gaining the wisdom that life is serving up to us every single day. That is our daily bread. Receive it, eat it, chew on it, digest that thing, let it marinate. And does it taste so good? Think about it like that. If you have that position when you're facing difficulty, doesn't that allow you to be in a position to receive things at a different perspective? You know, kind of removing the blindfolds from the concept that life is happening to you? Because that's not the truth. It's not. We're put here for a purpose, and we're put here for a reason. And in our life, and in us having another day, it's up to us to seek out what that purpose is. It's up to us to catch revelation of what's supposed to be manifested. You know?
Yes.
And I'm not trying to come off preachy. I mean, you know, what are you manifesting into your days? What are you manifesting off into your future? For your friends, for your family, for your circle, for your atmosphere. You know, I read something this morning, and I didn't even finish reading it, because I was in conversation, I was in prayer. I was like, this morning, there was so many different energies going on. But I read something this morning, and and Thomas, you've used this saying, you just worded it differently. Instead of us checking the temperature of life, we should be the actual thermometer, the thermostat, where we're the ones that set the tone. We are the ones that set the atmosphere. We're the ones that say where we're going to go and what we're going to do and how we're going to do it and how that's going to go about. We're the ones that set that. Some people don't even believe that that is possible because they believe in creation. No, God is doing everything. Yes, he is doing everything. However, he gives you the ability to create something greater. He promises to bless the work of your hands. He promises. He promises to bless the fruit of your loins. He says, be fruitful and multiply. That's a promise. He's telling us to do something. But in that, we have the ability to create. In that, we have the ability to manifest something greater in our future. Regardless of what the past has shown you, don't identify with the struggles. The struggles are molding you. The struggles are building you up. They are making you. Hence the concept that life is not happening to us, but it is happening for us.
And
If you will yourself, go ahead.
How many times that you tell that same story of what's going on, you're feeding it. So don't talk about the situation and keep talking about the situation and keep talking about the situation. You're feeding it.
Yeah, but what are you feeding it? What are you feeding it? That's where it comes to you setting the atmosphere. When it comes to you setting the tone, were you setting the direction and the intent of where it is that you want to go? Yeah, man, that's real. That's real. It don't get no more real than that. Yeah. If that doesn't wake you up, motivate you, pump you up, encourage you, if that doesn't hit your mind as well as your heart this morning, this day, I'm not sure what will, man.
And just love remember, you guys. Everything that he is saying, and all of us driving for our purpose and living and trying to figure it all out. The greatest men and the greatest battles and the greatest accomplishments that's ever happened, a lot of them happened after they were in their 40s. Different energies, different vibrations, different processes that we're putting out once we hit a different point in our life. Some of it is for struggles, some of it is for situations, some of it is for tragedy, some of it is for health. Whatever hit some of the great of the greats and the books that you're reading on, Mr. Ford, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Bell South, there's many more that I could sit here, Abraham Lincoln, all of them.
And sometimes people who aren't willing themselves for good things, because there's that other flip side to it too, because you can break this down in many different formats. But we said it before, sometimes people work really hard at making themselves miserable. And then, of course, there's that story that they keep telling themselves. And that's where they're directing all their energy. That's what they're manifesting. That's what they're creating. They're creating all the drama that they have in their head. And then it eventually affects their heart. And then they're hard towards life. That's when they develop the victim mentality. Their heart is hard. They can't even receive. If they wanted to, they couldn't receive. Because they've positioned themselves in an opposite direction, in a direction that you're not even facing a reception. You're not even facing a position to receive. If something were to be thrown at you in life, it would smack you in the back of the head. What the heck was that? You're not in a position to receive. So don't work hard at making yourself miserable, your own life, hard. Enough is coming at us all. Put yourself in a position to receive.
The good thing that we have all learned within here is we can take leaps and bounds of journeys off of our life by listening to those that already have the success in different areas that we're wanting to work on within our life, with our mind, our body, and our spirit. So you listen to those that have the success and moved along, and you can be in here in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and we don't have to wait till we're 50, 60, 70 to actually grab a hold. Now we can do something different within our life And guess what? It's going to roll over into your children. So we're affecting those with greatness within them at a younger age, so they can manifest and create the greatness that they were intended to purpose on this earth. Their drive and their knowing of why they were truly here. Because when we can awaken people at an earlier stage and not keep them in the mushroom state like the world wants you to be in, because not many want you to succeed. They've never truly heard of this. People wanting you to succeed in everything you're doing. That's what we're doing. I didn't get that in school. I could probably ask that question within here, and there wouldn't be very many hands of people that actually inspired you to do greatness within your life during that time frame. Nourished a talent of artwork Miss Shannon had passed out for us to be able to see a couple days ago. Didn't know she liked to doodle like that. Beautiful artwork. You know, the photography that we see that comes out within here, the videos that are being made, the life that we get to see in other people's journeys now. Reality is real. It's here. It's with us. But as Julio said, the choices and the things that you speak of, what story do you keep telling yourself? What story do you keep manifesting within your life? If you don't like that story, then start writing down a different one. Start putting down some different goals, a different direction you want to go. Start putting some good words to you each day, saying, I shall accomplish. I will accomplish. I can make better things happen within my life. Those are words instead of, I can't. Be the better side of you each day to level yourself up to what you desire. Listen to those voices that are going in inside of you, because they are for you. They are a connection. They are a download. They are something that energy is trying to give to you to be able to harness. We're going to pass this one on to Miss Crystal to wrap us up here this morning, and then we'll pass it to Miss Shannon. Go ahead, Crystal.
Good morning. So a lot of what you were talking about today really made me think of those random thoughts, those random little things that pop in your mind. Sometimes you're like, whoa, where'd that idea come from? Or I've been thinking about that a lot, you know. I personally take that as your own intuition. I take that as your higher above, your spirit guides, or however you perceive your life and signals and stuff. That's what I take to my heart. So when you accept responsibility for your life and choices you make, you begin to tap the power of your own spirit. Like Thomas says, he says it as a frequency. It's your own inner spirit is how I kind of see it as well. You'll be able to appreciate and listen to the intuitive wisdoms that's inside you and apply it positively to your outside world. Refocus your thoughts and energies. Choices need to be made. Allow your intuitions to guide you and make you the right choice. So listen to your head, guys. It's talking to you for a reason. Have a good Friday.
Yes, we talk to ourselves for a reason. We need expert advice sometimes. We need to know that we have connected in with our higher powers, with our source. Take time for yourself. Do a little bit of meditation here and there. Do some power affirmations to yourself. Start giving yourself a moment here and there throughout the day to where you are focusing on you, and you are giving you the good energy, you the vibrations, you the prayer that you need within your life, of the guidance that you're asking for. Start asking the right words, or asking the right questions. You will start receiving the right answers. We're going to wrap us up with Miss Shannon today with her power affirmations that she gives us. Go ahead, Shannon.
Everybody, I choose to train my mind to see the good in everything. Positivity is a choice. The happiness of my life depends on the quality of my thoughts. From here on out, I choose to only think positive, as I know only positive things will happen if I do. Short and sweet.
Thank you very much for the power, for the everything that you ladies and gentlemen and everybody that come in here with us each day. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your support. This is on YouTube channel, Daily Life Motivators. Share it out to the world. Go and watch some of the other recordings if needed, because there's many power messages that was given in there each day, because we do this 365 days, 7 days a week. You have a good day.